Hello, hello, hello. Welcome again. It is time for some more Arcade Spirits. We are on level 7, New Game Plus of Arcade Spirits. We have this one and one more level to complete before our first playthrough is done. I can already tell I'm going to be playing this many times through and going back and making different choices and going here and seeing how everything turns out, because it's one of those things like when I was a kid with all the many multiple endings and pathways and branches. So it's gonna be one of those things that I just play over and over. But this is our first playthrough. Last level was pretty oh man, it was an emotional ride, that's for sure. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and start that, and let's go. I do have pizza bagels because it's finally prompted me to buy pizza bagels, because it constantly tells me I need pizza on a bagel so I can have pizza anytime. I'm gonna cook those after the stream because I don't like eating on stream. It's kind of gross. But I did get some. It's the distant future, year 20XX. And for the first time, I'm entirely in control of my destiny. I'm no longer merely working in arcade. Now I'm working on my future. Which admittedly still involves working in an arcade, but still, my future. I admit, it feels weird. I've grown so used to going with the flow, living life better, letting life batter and bruise me. Wow, this sentence is a little hard for me to wrap around. That having a true and honest hand on the controls is a bit terrifying. Everyone's counting on me to keep the flame of Miss Francie's Funplex alive as we move into the era of House of Lights. And well, I want this to be perfect. I will make it so. See, I don't know. I'm not sure why it keeps giving me this option. This is like one of the fewest options I pick. But it's weird that it's like, it gives you the super feely, but it doesn't give you the other emotions to go with. It's going to be fine. It has to be. I guess this is kinda gutsy. I'm not really anxious about it. I mean, I think we're just gonna go with this one. Going into this assuming everything's going to work out just fine. That's a little. Only because the alternative is too awful to even think about. This has to be just fine. There are second chances the dream of the Funplex, and that means it's gotta work, right? Surely with all the brilliant minds in our group put together, we can do this. Queen Bee keeps asking if I'm really as okay as I sound. I mean, she knows me pretty well by this point, but I gotta fake it till I make it, right? And hopefully my positive attitude is helping the others rise to the occasion. If I don't show any stress, if I exude confidence, everything will be fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. Okay, this is starting out worse than I thought. Now all that's left is to get through opening day without an incident. I arrived early that morning to go over any last minute preparations and make sure everything is in order. Plus, Juniper was sick of watching me pace back and forth at home after breakfast. So she lovingly shoved me out the apartment and told me to be productive. Now I stood in awe of the building, the dream I poured my heart and soul into. I still barely believed it myself. I paused a moment to let the reality finally hit me, and then stepped into my destiny. Which looks a lot like the other one. Just little changes. They moved some stuff in the background around, right? And we've got the high scores up here. Pushing open the door to House of Lights, I was greeted by relative peace and quiet, just the beeps and boops and people moving about doing last-minute preparations. We traveled a long and arduous road ever since the Great Waker Conspiracy. Gavin secured us a great rental space, an abandoned pizza place with that all-too-familiar triangle roof. The Pizza Huts. Everybody knows that was a red roof at some point, right? Is that what we're talking about? Those are kind of trapezoidal, I suppose. Nobody else wanted it, but we didn't care about the funny shape. Work is in our favor. The old ones are pyramid shape, right? The really tiny ones. There's one over in my neighborhood that has a really tiny triangle roof. Nobody else wanted it, but we didn't care about the funny shape. Quirk is in our favor. And it really couldn't have done all the renovations this place needed without the help of our financial benefactor. Hamza proved true to his word, fronting us as much money as we needed to make this happen. Now we've got a family restaurant and arcade to rival Deco's Palace. Well, okay, it's very small compared to Deco's Palace, but quality over quantity. We went with familiar layout, if it ain't broke, and all that, to show that we've still got the spirit and passion that made the Funplex great. But it's not all a carbon copy, we've got a few new additions that Francine would even be proud of. The video wall is a nice touch. That one was my idea. It alternates between running music videos, game promos, and high scorer leaderboards. We also repainted and did a general update of all the appliances, textures to give it a more finished feel. Unless a retired pizza place turned arcade vibe. Good idea. Teo and Tanvi worked together to pick out a few key games that appeal to the esports community. We got fighting games, racing games, shooting games, dancing games. Bengi! You want head-to-hand action? We got it. Granted, we still have a decent selection of other stuffs too, so all tastes are catered to, but Tanvi's confident this will pull in the fighting game community as well as the MOBA community. And totally not to save on redrawing work. No, totally not. I mean, I kind of figured this would be, that's exactly what it'd be. It'd be like mostly the same with like a couple things that are just different in the background, you know? I still have no idea what a MOBA is aside from Fist of Discomfort like, but Tanvi assured me it's hot hit right now. As for Tanvi's experiment into advanced streamer support, well, I'm unsure of how this will pan out, but she's confident in it. Such confidence is contagious. She's invited a few big-name streamers to drop in on opening day and broadcast from our makeshift little studio. That'll build up some buzz for the arcade far and wide. All my decisions, all my choices made this. Made House of Lights what it is. So much labor and love went into this project from all of us, and now all that's left is to officially open these doors. But before that fateful hour begins, I still want to do one last check on operations, just in case. The restaurant side of the equation proved to be very complicated. I'd go cross-eyed trying to parse the numbers on that side of the business. Hopefully it wouldn't drive us to bankruptcy, or the arcade wouldn't bankrupt the restaurant, or both at the same time. Hark! The great Hamza senses concern from his business partner.
Perfection.
Rest assured, Ray Majors, that Hamza has seen to all that requires seeing to. Our delicacies shall ring true across taste buds across the city. I'm not sure I would consider burgers and buffalo wings as delicacies. Hamza is aware we shall never ever earn 5 stars with our cuisine, but we shall be the pinnacle of deep-fried foodstuffs. Today, Hamza will oversee operations. Oh, Hamza. It really gets with it, right? Beyond this opening day, I leave you in the hands of my capable chefs and waitstaff. But you'll be in touch, right? I'd hate to have you jet off to Istanbul, not Constantinople, and suddenly everybody's on fire. No matter what corner of the globe Hamza travels, take him to, he can be summoned at the speed of light. Well, at the speed of air travel, really. And now, back to my kitchen. Our glorious future together in business awaits. Hamza clasps twice before leaving in a flourish. Okay, being partners with Hamza is going to take some getting used to. Running a restaurant and an arcade is riskier than I thought it'd be, but for all his quirkiness, he knows business, right? He's rich. Rich people are smart, right? Oh dear. Oh dear. We're not gonna go with we're not gonna go that route, are we? After my quick check-in, I noticed the clock. Its unforgiving hands telling me it's not long now. It's going to be fine. We'll let all of our regulars know the spirit of the Funplex had moved. They promised a show on opening day. We did everything we needed to do for promotion, advertising, flyers, interviews with arcade fan sites, and podcasts. People will show up. Everything will be fine. We can do this. As long as no unforeseen Why? Why did you say that? Why did you say that? Oh. Ray! I'm going to be torn away from my contemplations. I'm sure happy it's the most loveliest of voices. I gladly turn my attention to Tanvi and smile. I just finished making sure everyone's overlays are at perfection and that the House of Lights ads play in between matches. That was a lot of work.
Not bad.
I don't know how you managed everything, but you did. You have a moment? I wanted to show you something. My moment of chill is interrupted when I notice she's holding an envelope in her hands. I don't know what's in there, but immediately I get a bad feeling about it. I mean, who even uses the postal system anymore? It's so totally not going to be sabotaged by the 800-pound gorilla of the arcade industry. Unless it's bills, scams, or other bad news. So I received this letter in the mail from the 4 Heavenly Kings. Can you believe that? Who even uses snail mail anymore? I was thinking exactly that, minus the swears, of course. Anyway, that's not important. What's important is opening this here with you. Like right now? Right before grand opening? Yeah, is that a problem? I figure we can celebrate together. I'm sure they're sending me some sort of promotion or invite or some... Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. You're celebrating opening day so we can join forces and commemorate our victories together. Oh dear. Oh dear. No. I'm looking away. I'm looking away. Except now is not an ideal time. I would love nothing more than enjoying a moment that isn't the constantness that is House of Lights, but there are a million and one other things I should be doing. I'm at a crossroads. Okay. I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna open it, and it's gonna be very bad. Heck with it. The curiosity is killing me, and I need to know what's in there. I can't wait any longer. Hurry up and open it.
Yeah.
Let's see what this baby has in store. Here we go. One fell swoop, Tanvia rips open the envelope and hastily removes the paper inside. She begins reading aloud. It's been an honor having you part of the 4 Heavenly Kings. You've already learned so much, and in turn, we've learned from you too. It has been. To further all of our nerds, we think it's best for all of kings and queens to be under the same roof. Therefore, Queen Boy, you are cordially invited to move into our team house. Tanvi takes a moment to let the words sink in. She's stunned, but eventually her excitement pulls her lips into a grin. This is huge! And what does that mean exactly? Team House. What's that? Alright, Team House is where all the members of the team, me and the rest of the 4HK, live together, play together, and eat and drink together. Everything is done as a team. A pit quells in my stomach and reads all over my face. Don't worry, Ray. It's not like we're going to be together. There are separate bathrooms. Joke fails to make light of the very serious situation at hand. So you'd have to move to wherever the house is located, right? And that's not in this city, let alone this state, right? Noting my dissatisfaction, Tanvi tries to simply dismiss it. Yeah, but this is going to boost my skills to the next level. All the most prominent winning FOD teams live together. It's the next step of my career. Okay, that's a weird practice. I don't think I don't know. I'm not really big into the esports scene, but I don't know if that's a common thing.
Fantastic.
Trust me, this is fantastic news. It is? Is it? I let the words plummet from my mouth without hesitation after seeing Tanvi's immediate frown. I instantly regret it. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? What about us? You know, us, you and me. Keeping a relationship going across state lines would be difficult, right? Can't exactly keep the romance alive through video chats and text messages.
Excuse me? Since when did I agree to chain myself down? Have I not spent time and energy supporting you endlessly and making your dream come true with this arcade?
Houses are pretty common. It's a way to have a whole team together to train and practice instead of just playing online. Interesting. Yeah. Glad that's not a thing for me. That's weird. I gotta be honest. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would have said that way, but I can see that coming out that way.
Have I not cheered you on when you needed it? And you can't even give me the same respect in return for my dreams?
I mean, that's kind of a forced line for this dialogue. But be honest, there's no choice to say it or not. But I get it.
If you can't,
Envy sorts and then sighs.
maybe I should just go then.
No. This is not what I wanted. My heart riches. But you moving would mean I wasn't ready for this. If Tanvi leaves, I'll be all alone. Again, want to respect her right to make her own choices. I just don't think I can let her walk right out of my life without trying to figure this out. I understand you've got aspirations and dreams the same as I, and I admire that, truly. Your passion inspires me even. But Tanvi, I've grown so attached to you, I can't see myself without you by my side. There's some way we can make this work for us? Look, that's touching and all, but really we haven't discussed this in terms of us yet. And here you are talking about being together forever. That's true. Along with all that lovey-dovey bullshit.
Remember, we talked about keeping this strictly label-free. I really don't feel comfortable with all this talk.
Oh dear. Even if we agree to part ways, I love her, and she probably doesn't want to hear that, but I couldn't help myself. I could no longer fight those feelings. I know we haven't really talked about this since the beach, and maybe you'll feel entirely different. But ever since then, I'm growing deeper and more fond of you each and every passing day. Even if we are on an equal footing on this, I can't stop what my heart is telling me. I have to speak true. I love you, Tanvi. Really. As if saying it again made it more real, more concrete to her. Both of us were silent for a long pause, each looking away embarrassed and upset. The feelings and emotions happening right now are culminating, and discussing this any further, here and now, will only make matters more complicated. And I still have to open House of Lights. Listen, maybe we should take a few minutes to reflect and come back to talk about this after today is over, okay? Problem is that I have to open the doors like 15 minutes ago. This arcade is important to me too, and I need to focus my attention on it for the moment. Fine. Fine, I should be checking in the streamers anyway. We'll talk later, maybe. I mean, okay, yeah, I get that that's important to her, and I get that that's important to her, and I get that we should be supportive of her. That's for sure. The thing is it's weird because this is hers too. This whole deal, this whole restart, it kind of belongs to everybody who was in the Funplex and everybody who helped out with it. And so this is as much hers as her gaming. So, it's kind of, there's, I think she's trying to be too simple about it. We'll see. Before I can apologize or utter anything else, Tanvi dismisses herself from the conversation. And I'm starting to wish I'd burned down the post office this morning. Yeah, I knew this would be bad, but you know, whatever. I can't handle this right now. As much as I want to stop everything and sort through this mess, I got a job to do today. There will be time later to patch things up with Queen Bee, presumably. I need to at least try to put this turmoil behind me so I can focus on the first day of House of Lights with a smile. Despite reeling from the incident just now, despite my nerves, I'm ready to do this because I have to be ready. No choice. Got big plans for the opening ceremony. I'm going to open the doors, give my prepared speech to the gathered masses, and stay on hand to greet gamers as they enter. Stepping to the forefront, I grasp the door handles and throw the big gates to the House of Lights wide. Welcome, friends! Welcome to you all. I hope that there's nobody there. There's a stampede! Who bypasses us by? Oh, no, everybody stampedes in. Yay! I don't even have to finish one line of my big dramatic speech. The crowd spills through the doors and runs right past me, eager to get to the games. Yay! Immediately, the arcade fills with sounds of beeps and boops, games starting up, and people laughing with delight as they find their favorites. Well, there goes my entire opening ceremony plans out the window. I had all sorts of stuff planned, but if folks want to get to gaming, who am I to argue? After a few minutes of final checks around the place, I decided to move into Phase 2, meet and greets around the arcade. I walked the arcade like I did my floor attendant days, talking with folks and making sure everything's running smoothly. Although I could probably track down Queen Bee too, assuming she wants to talk yet, which may not be the case. House of Lights is my domain, open to my exploration. Where should I visit first? Queen Bee and Ashley in the same set? That'll be interesting. Most of the time, I'm drawn to Showtime stage because of the flashing lights and the hit beats, not because it's completely silent, no music at all. As I approach, I see Naomi feverishly working on it. Seeing the whole thing without tunes synced to its flashy lighting rig going on is kinda depressing. And listening to Naomi mutter as she works, she undoubtedly feels the same way.
Oh.
This was working fine earlier, why isn't it working now? Fortunately, Teo is proving surprisingly knowledgeable about the inner workings of his favorite game. May need to re-image the hard drive. I know some gray area websites where we can get a replacement copy of the files if needed. This is the third release version of Showtime Stage software, right? Those are easier to come by than the more modern fourth version, oddly enough. Is the stream still working? Yeah, okay. And now it goes black because I moved over here. But it's still working. But yeah, the my thing said welcome to the chat room again, kind of like I disconnected for a minute, but seems fine now. The files aren't the problem. I think the hard drive itself was damaged in shipping, and if so, well, you might not be able to dance at all today. I'd have to order a new part. I'm sorry, there were just so many games to get up and running, I must have missed this ticking time bomb of a hardware failure. Hey, it's cool, I don't need to get my groove on all the time. Showtime Stage is one of our flagship games. It's flashy, it's exciting, and Teo's dance moves bring the crowd in. Getting it working for opening day is a priority. Naomi could probably do it, but Teo probably has some more ideas. I mean, he's obviously plays this game all the time. If you know where we can get the files discreetly, what about the physical drive? Teo, do you know where we could, pilfer one? As a Showtime Stage community manager, of course, I cannot advocate the third-party mods in official Showtime Stage hardware. But I could probably hook you up with a few friends in town who develop their own homebrew replacement hardware. I bet I could wrangle up something that keeps us rolling for a few days while Naomi orders a true replacement part from corporate HQ in Japan.
Yeah!
That'd work. I bet I could doctor it to look official too, just in case. I'll make some calls. You can count on me. We'll have this done in an hour or two. So it'll take a bit of time, but we'll get our stage back in working order. Good. Well, maybe we'll get through opening day without any major problems aside from this. Before I go, I spot a gamer who's been watching super curious about what's going on. Could swear I've seen this guy before, maybe in a crowd or something. I can't remember where I've seen him. Is he one of the guys who got in a fight, or is he... Hey, is Showtime Stage really hosed? For now, yes, but we'll have it picked up as soon as we can. Man, I want to get my groove on. That's a bummer. You know, I might know a guy who knows a guy who can get your replacement super cheap. Or like any game you want, anything, as long as you don't ask too many questions. Wait, this is the guy who crashed... This is the guy who crashed Hamza's thing from Deco, right? Thanks for your generous offer, but we're fine. I'm getting the feeling I'm being asked a lot of questions. Yeah, no reason to me or to lampshade what's likely meant as an open invitation to do some crimes. Happy to see your enthusiasm for House of Lights, but I think we can handle this. Sorry you can't play your favorite game right now, but it'll be fixed soon. Gamer shrugs it off, not too offended. Cool, just figured I'd offer. I dig this place, it's got a little bit of everything I like. Call security, yeah, exactly. Especially all the sweet PvP and esports stuff you got. Getting ass and taking names is my jam. I'll just come back later to wow all the ladies with my hot style. Later. That was odd. But he fades back into the crowd. I decide to move on. Where should I visit next? Seeing as we decided to open the new arcade and restaurant in time for lunch rush, it's difficult to spot Gavin and Percy in the crowd. I like this design. It's very cool. It's very fitting with the pixel heart. I definitely like this. It's pretty cool. Okay, that wasn't the guy. I'm not sure where I can picture him from. I'd have to go back and watch. So I'm yeah. There's all sorts of ones that could come to mind, but whatever. It's been like several weeks I've been playing this game, so. Seeing as we've decided to open the new arcade and restaurant in time for the lunch rush, it's difficult to spot Gavin and Percy in the crowd. But I managed to find them, having sandwiches and chatting. Tanked. Completely tanked.
Much obliged.
I'm glad for your little tip. I was ready to invest a good chunk of my pocketbook in that company. All my hard work would have tanked right alongside it. This is par for the course with my siblings snatch up technology companies. It's a pump and dump in essence. They stir up excitement in the acquisition, then drop it once it goes cold. I've never seen one of their endeavors bear fruit for very long, thanks to their short attention spans. I'm glad I could save you the headache.
Apologies.
No offense. I think I can handle a few accidental heart-related puns without going into cardiac arrest, my good fellow. But it's good to avoid a pothole on the road of finance, yes? All the better for the charities, who will eventually profit from my own loss. I approached them in what seems to be a natural lull in the conversation, although talk of finances is in itself quite a downer. So, stock market talk?
Ah, indeed.
I like to do my trades in the morning before I come to the arcade. Get all that bother over with so I can focus on Moopy. Afraid we're being astoundingly boring at the moment, Ray. Just two overly serious gentlemen talking about finance. That's fine. I'm adulting at 110% efficiency today. Having started a new business myself, I should probably learn about how, money works. Oh, what would you like to know about? Like to invest in our future, think long term, surviving for many years to come rather than jumping at the easiest profit I can. Any tips? A fine view to take. My own investments are preferably long term, yes. I make moment to moment trades, but they're backed by the stability of stock bedrock. Even after I'm gone, I expect many of those to cash out gradually, and I've hired a phalanx of lawyers to carry out my wishes over the next, 30 years. Gavin, how about I show you my portfolio? Give you some ideas of how to build up a nest egg for House of Lights.
Thank you.
I'd be honored. I'll let you two handle the fine details. The two sink deeper and deeper into conversation about currency exchanges, fiscal policy, tax rate changes, and I start to lose consciousness. I admire their passion, but there's only so much adulting I can handle in one day, and I need to reserve some time for later. It's then that I notice Ray's voices at a nearby table. Okay, this is the girl that we invited over. Not really an altercation or an incident yet, but they are talking about a bit louder than others. Miss, I've run your credit card twice, and it was declined twice.
Man, this sucks.
I'm telling you, it was working just fine earlier. I got tokens using it. See? See these tokens? Sensing the opportunity to provide excellent customer service and further prove my adulting chops, I step into help. Hello, good morning, I'm Magic here. Can be Sub's assistance. Looks awfully familiar. Have we met before? Oh, right, I invited her to check out my arcade, didn't I? Guess that's why she's
What's
here.
up?
Hey, good to see you. Love what you've done with the place. Just love it. Something's wrong with your credit card readers. My card's legit. I was using it earlier with no issues, but now it's all messed up and stuff. Can you help me? I can pay cash if I gotta. I'm not trying to duck and run on you, but I'd really prefer to use the card. We brought her over, we'll go ahead and we can always do let her have something on us for now. Like I say, we invited her over to play and get the word out about the thing, so what the heck. It's opening day and I want to build customer loyalty. Best way to do that is to be unusually generous. I'll pick up the check for you so you can get having fun playing the games. My little way of saying thanks for visiting House of Lights today. Seriously? Wow, thanks a bunch. I had a good feeling coming to this place. I could make a fine home away from home. Glad to see I was right, super glad. Yeah, see, we need more people in our family, right? Okay, I'm off to get my game on. Another problem solved by Ray. I am so good at this. With that matter settled, it's back to wandering the arcade. Where to next? Near the center of the arcade, Ashley's showing off her new cosplay to Queen Bee. That is cute. I gotta fight this because the screenshots are weird on this. It's like they don't take properly. Part of it's because of the switching back and forth between full screen and not, but even when I just take, like when I do Windows print screen, it captures the wrong image. I want to make sure that actually went through this time. Okay, yeah, so even though this is really weird because it has a built-in screenshot. Well, that's good. Yeah, because, like, even though it's clearly showing this screen, it takes a picture of a shot of Teo and Naomi. For no reason I can't think of. It's really weird that it would just randomly take that picture. But, it's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, like, okay. Hard to show without showing off my whole setup here, but like I'm clearly broadcasting this, but this is the picture it took. It's interesting. Yeah, it's just an interesting thing. It seems to have attracted the attention of a brand new customer, at least. Oh, wearing these. Hey look, Ray, a real life in the wild newbie.
Hiya.
Welcome to House of Lights. We're so happy to have you join us for opening day. Thank you. Much as I'd like to pull Queen Bee aside and talk things over with her, it's probably best not to air any of our dirty laundry in front of the customers. I'll just wait until it's a more opportune moment. Well, yes, you young one, tell Ray here what you told us. That I've never used a joystick before in my life. I mean, mostly been to Deco's Palace or played games on my phone, touchscreens and stuff like that. Never really been much of a gamer, but all my friends here are here today, so I was figuring I might try one out.
Whoa.
Never, not even once played on a joystick. Can you believe it? Yes, we've all been there. No point in faulting them for it now. Aw, that's just so cute, huh? To be young and innocent again. Don't worry at all. House of Lights is a rice plate to learn. We are friendly, inviting sort of arcade. No mad skills required. Here, it's all about having fun. Oh yes, and you know what's super fun? Learning how to play Fist to Discomfort. Trust me. Wanna go a few rounds? I'll even spot you some tokens. Seeing Tanvi's con, Ashley quickly tries to offer something else.
Nah.
Or you could join me for a round or two of TMNT. Nothing like a friendly cooperative brawler to ease you into things.
Nope, no way.
Best way to learn is to jump in head first in the deep end, I say. No regrets, just mashing buttons and moving that joystick. And when you're starting with the hottest title, you've got a built-in community to learn from right at your fingertip. But turtles! Turtles who are ninjas! Looks like I might need to jump in and persuade this kid to choose a game. They look like a deer trapped in the headlights. I'm just gonna leave that one there. Stuck in the crossfire. I think Ashley's probably right. Let's start you out right. 2 buttons, 1 stick, endless fun. Ashley, want to show our new friend the majesty of mutants named after famous painters?
Yes!
Oh, do I? Let's go beat up some conveniently bloodless robot ninjas and get shell-shocked. Okay, sure, lead the way. Newbie seems happy with the decision, even if it's just because they get to play with Ashley, who's a bit less intimidating. Gotcha, I was looking for you to decimate that newbie quite a bit. Yeah, we don't need to kill him the first game. In a good-natured way, of course. I'm still learning from my teammates in 4HK, and I'm eager to pass some lessons on. Hey, Tanvi, listen, about earlier.
No way.
No, not now. You go do your thing and let me do mine. Can't argue that. Guess I'm stuck in limbo for now. I mean, did we really expect that to work? No. Before I can continue my wanderings, Gavin pops up directly in my path. Stop whatever you're doing and look towards the doors without making it look like you're looking for anyone in specific. Okay, what am I pretending not to be looking for? Mrs. Jean de Femme. I have no idea who that is. Top arcade critic in the city, her reviews can make or break an arcade easily. I didn't think she'd be coming today, as normally some little independent arcade is beneath her interest, but apparently she's made an exception. If we don't want to end up smeared across every website she writes for, I suggest you go play nice and show her all the positives of House of Light. Okay, I'm on it. Best foot forward. She's a redhead near the entrance with a handbag. Best of luck. I easily spot her thanks to Gavin's cues. Considering this morning lacked the usual chaos I experienced on my first day at Funplex, I'd say we're off to a great start, and I'm sure this reviewer will appreciate that. Yes, I'm sure she's totally not sent here by the evil one. Would we say the evil 800-pound gorilla? Wearing my most professional smile, I stroll over to the entrance. Oh, lovely. Ugh. I really should move that over here. Oh, God. I remember you. Oh no. Oh no. My dear, wonderful Josh has a miserable time in your arcade at that birthday party. You just stood back and let that horrible woman say terrible things about me. Well, this arcade was fun while it lasted. Might as well burn it down to ashes and build a new arcade in those ashes 100 years from now after this blows over. Before I can try to defend her, she holds up a hand to stop me. Now, while I seriously question the wisdom of allowing you to run an arcade and would love nothing more than to give you 0 stars and walk away immediately, I am unfortunately committed by ethical standards to stay and properly review your establishment in a relatively unbiased fashion. So as unpleasant as this may be for both of us, I suggest we remain professional even if you've dug yourself a rather deep hole to climb out of. Even if I want to go to a tirade or chew her out, I've got to think of the arcade. This isn't some rando angry parent, not this time. Feels like chewing ground glass, but I need to swallow my pride on this. Understood. Excellent. What I need from you now is to stay out of my way. No special treatment or consideration. I need to observe your arcade as disinterested outside party so I can judge your facility and atmosphere. But rest assured, if I see some egregious mistake, I will bring it to your attention pointedly. My readers likewise will become very aware of your shortcomings. I'll do my best to support consumer activism and that require absolute honesty of any difficulties I observe, of course. So until such time as I require you, I especially speak no further. Agreed? Yes, so I'm going to go out of my way to professionally find everything wrong here. Totally objectively. Wonderful, just wonderful. Not only does she hate us right off the bat, but I can't even leap to the defense of what we built here without antagonizing her further. Maybe talk with Gavin about how to save House of Lights from an inevitable negative review. Nothing else I can do now, but pray for the arcade gods that everything from here goes out perfectly. Once again, I wander the floor, but this time, while it's all smiles and pleasantries on the outside, I'm left all alone battling my thoughts. Okay, breathe. It's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Besides, the morning wasn't too eventful. Who's to say... the afternoon would be a disaster. And then the afternoon was a disaster. I knew I had spoken too soon the second I saw Gavin approaching me with a tinge of worry furrowing his brow.
Utterly ridiculous.
It shouldn't be possible for us to be out of nachos in the vending machines this fast, and yet we are. I have receipts for ordering exactly enough to fill them up, and yet there were only a few bags in there. A missed delivery, perhaps? And that was the least of our problems. Ray, we've got an electrical problem. 3 of the retro games are shorted out. I don't understand. I tested the power supplies outright, rebuilt a few of them. With someone seriously scuffing these sneakers and shocking the coin boxes, we're taking a failure somewhere in our electrical wiring. Calamity after catastrophe, they just kept piling up.
What?
All the toilets stopped working, all of them. We need to call a plumber fast and not the one that jumps on turtles. Everything is not fine. What are we gonna do? This doesn't make any sense. It's sabotage!
Well.
Maybe we should close down for the day, iron out the wrinkles, try again tomorrow. We are hastily losing our grip on things, and if I don't see anything, we may as well call it quits. I must refocus our energy. No way, we are not giving in just because of a few bugs in the system. We are the Funplex expatriates, the proud crew of House of Lights. Did we give up when Deco came knocking? Hell no, and we aren't giving up now. Want to hear some solutions? Talk to me, Ashley. Group exchanges nervous glances, then thankfully stops to breathe and think.
Ooh.
I will become the plumber we need. I mean, not exactly, but I'll grab a plunger and do what I can. We'll have to close down the bathrooms for now, but I'm sure we can convince one of our neighbors to loan us theirs, maybe. I'll check next door with them before I go do battle with the demonically possessed toilets. Well, I'd say this vending machine issue is human error. I have enough faith in my own error checking to say this human is not responsible. I'll make some calls with our distributors and see where the chain broke down. Also see about ordering some quick replacement stock. Mine's a bit more complex. I need to replace the fried power supplies, but I can do that. I can do most of those today. Meanwhile, I put a feeler on the indie arcade community online. See if we can get an electrician with arcade experience out here quickly. I've been meaning to get back into online groups, and even if it means popping my head up in a crowd, I'll do it. Okay, good solutions, people, good solutions. I won't be able to work the floor while I'm taming our restrooms, Ray. Are you good with covering for me? Things seem to be getting more intense as the day picks up. You three focus on your tasks at hand. I may be the boss, but I was floor attendant originally. I can handle whatever House of Lights throws at me. Got it? Gotcha. But I'm changing out of this outfit first. I don't want to get poo water all over my new mascot. Toodles. I'm on it. You can count on me. With all three busy, that leaves me in charge of every problem that may emerge from the rest of the afternoon. No way to tap out with someone help me with these situations. Need to work fast to hit every problem before it's too late. Can't leave any stones unturned this time. No risk of letting something spiral out of control. Wow, we just setting ourselves up, aren't we? But I'm ready. I mean, I have to be, no choice. Feeling freshly invigorated, I start my floor trek. There are problems all around me, but what should I tackle first? Cursing and banging as someone beats up a machine. Tomby cursing up a storm more than usual. Video wall keeps showing pictures of bunnies? Well, I gotta see that. I need bunnies. Bunnies are alright. The retro television-based video wall was an idea I came up with during renovations. Naomi runs the whole thing off a cheap mini computer too, practical and inexpensive, and gives just the perfect amount of flair. And I've been pretty proud of it, up until this moment. For some reason, it's showing a nature documentary about cute and fluffy bunnies instead of retro music videos and high arcade scores. Yeah, it totally sabotaged. But, I mean, it's bunnies, so that's not bad. That's why I like that. Not that bunnies are a bad thing necessarily, but there are so many worse things it could be playing, but it's still not playing what I want it to play. Something's amiss. And here we find Hikari has hacked Arcade Spirits. Yes, exactly, you know. I'm partial to bunnies. I'll put the bunnies in the game. There you go. And I'm heading around for the remote control. We keep at the prize desk. Teo approaches. Bunnies, huh? Yep, bunnies. Bunnies, it must be bunnies. Interesting choice, Ray. Not my choice. I'll fix it in a moment. Okay, cool. I was wondering if we suddenly experienced a paradigm shift in arcade theming or something. The bunnies are really cute, though. And you know what? I flick it back to channel 3, which should take the video feed from Naomi's system. And it flips back to bunnies on channel 5 a few seconds later. Persistent, aren't they? Almost like rabbits themselves. So I click back to channel 3. And nope, once again it reverts back to 5. Okay, clearly we're dealing with a master hacker, one who can modify Naomi's system despite having no physical access to it. An individual capable of truly hacking the planet. Yeah? Or it's a prankster with a universal TV remote. Got one of those myself. Helps me to turn off overly loud TVs in bars, which drown out the beats of whatever game I'm playing. Not that I would ever do that, mind you, just in case. But with great power comes great responsibility, and clearly whoever's forcing us to watch this lacks the latter. How about I go subtly check the crowd to see if anybody's got a clear line of sight and is pointing a gadget at the video wall each time you change it. I'm strapped for help, so I'm not going to deny Teo's offer. Sure, go for it. The war for remote control continues for another minute, back and forth. And now it's showing the mating, which I'm seriously hoping does not count as pornography, and it'll be yet another black mark against our certain arcade critic. It's only been a few minutes, but it feels like an eternity of copulating Lagomars before Teo returns. Found him, orange jacket, standing near the pinball section. Thanks, Teo. No worries, anything for you, Ray. Roll up the sleeve and hoodie, ready to put an end to this. Yep, again. They didn't seem like a troublemaker at the time. What's going on here? Definitely this kid. I can see this tiny plastic gadget in their hand briefly before they pocket it. Perhaps noticing my approach, the teenager rolls stealth and gets a natural 1, resulting in an awkward and obvious attempt at looking like an unimportant part of the crowd. Hey. Didn't do anything. I mean, hi. Good to see you again. What's up? How are things? Given this lively living bundle of nervousness, I'm not sure I feel like coming down on a ton of bricks on the kid, but rules are rules, right? Got a thing for bunnies? What's up, Doc? Huh? What? Okay, friend, bunnies are cute and everything, but stop messing with their video wall. I don't want to have to kick you out of here, got it? Okay, sorry. Wasn't trying to cause trouble. I mean, I was, but... Never mind, okay. I'll stop, thank you, bye. And they're gone, slipping back into the crowd. Something's not right with these two. But the one girl was part of their group, so... I don't know. That was weird. What's going on here? I decided to look around a bit more, hoping for clues. What trouble should I investigate next? You kidding me? Zombie casts a sharp glare at someone who's about to play the idle fist of discomfort machine she's guarding, dissuading them. Then looks down at her phone again, frantically keying in commands. Right, that's sorted out. What's going on? Someone tried to hijack my streaming account. I don't get it. Naomi and I put together those dinky mini computers to stream game video ourselves. I made the security recommendations myself to avoid this sort of thing. But it looks like our new experimental tech to allow celebs like me to walk up to a game and start streaming, it has a few holes. I stepped away for a few minutes to hit the bathroom, which is a disaster dome by the way, and got an alert on my phone that someone tried to log into my account. They didn't count on my two-factor authentication at least. I admit, I'm not Silicon literate enough to know how the streaming rigs those two came up with works. I just allocated some R&D funding for them to make it happen. Specifics are beyond me. Apparently the trouble's drawn the attention of the ever-wrathful Miss Defam. Wonderful. Hey, Naomi's busy fixing up power supplies, but grab her and ask her to turn off the streaming add-on for now. Just until we sort this out. It could not be worse for you and me, could it, Ray? Let's just get on with it and solve our problem directly in front of us. With Naomi busy and Ashley battling toilets, I've only one option to turn to for technological assistance. Iris, can you check the security camera footage? See who messed with the Fist of Discomfort machine while Queen Bee wasn't looking? Maybe that'll help.
Iris online.
Already on it. I've been analyzing the video feeds ever since she mentioned hacking was afoot. Nobody hacks my friends and gets away with it. It looks like the next person to approach the machine was a tall man with blue glasses. You think you did it? He accused the USB slot streamers. He accessed the USB slot streamers used to log into our new tech, but wasn't streaming anything or even playing the game. He just plugged a small device, waited, then left. From the access log, I'd say he's our culprit. Doesn't take long to track the guy down. For starters, there is rather unique fashion sense. Also, he's plunging into another of our stream-friendly games without playing it. That's an extremely obvious tell. Kinda hard to give him the benefit of doubt, or even second chance. He's clearly broke the rules of the arcade, although he looks the sort who could break me if I break the rules to him badly. I should choose my words wisely, ones that involve me staying in one place. Let's be honest with each other, shall we? I'm the manager here, and I know damn well what you've been up to. Immediately straightens up, pocketing the item that he was committing arcade crimes, all nonchalantly. What? I wasn't doing nothing. Yes you were. I know, in fact, exactly what you're doing. If you continue to do it, I'm calling the police. This is a second chance, a rare one. I suggest you take it. There will not be a third. Understand? First he growls a little, ready to possess his innocence, before holding himself back. Lucky I'm under orders, nerdo. Fine, whatever you want. Yep. Walks up into the crowd without another word. I left in a state of utter confusion in our exchange, but I take it hesitantly. Iris? Yeah, I'll keep an eye on him through the security viz. Don't worry. I'll let you know if he resorts to nefarious ways. I'll handle without causing an incident, although I'm vague on exactly what he meant by orders. With that in the bag, I quickly look around and see if there are any other nearby problems I can address. And I hear the clang and bang of someone assaulting a cabinet. I see Percy holding up a finger to grab my attention. I motion for him to join me as he does. Thank goodness. I tried to grab Ashley, but she was in a hurry, brandishing a plunger like it was some sword. There's so much going on right now. What's happening? Some hooligans working his way down the retro games, yelling at them and smacking them around the joysticks. I swear he's going to knock over our joust. That's how hard he was shoving that cabinet. People have been avoiding going near him ever since he started raging out. It's causing quite a scene. I'll take care of it. I don't like the looks of this one. He places a hand on my shoulder in solidarity before leaving. Happens more often than you think, someone getting so mad at a game that they start smacking the cabinets. Unlike pinball, which will go into tilt mode to punish you, the only justice to be found here is my justice. Agorani, stupid piece of game. I totally jumped over the barrel. A little less than eager to bring the law down. I'm a little less than eager to bring the law down on this guy. I mean, all the size of this lad. He's probably eats 6 whole hams for breakfast and bench presses pickup. But I know my duty. I know what must be done. Yeah, I'm done with these guys. Right, you're done. Out of my arcade, we're finished here. Oh good. That's what I need right now, right from the corner of my eye. I spot Dr. Devon. I better stand firm. You heard me. I'm the manager here and I reserve the right to refuse service to anyone. So bounce your ass out the door before I have bounced you by the cops. But oddly, his attention is diverted to something or someone behind me, only for a couple seconds, but his whole demeanor changes after that. Fine. Storm's off detecting he'd rather have the last word than argue it further. I turned to see who or what was extracting his glass with, but the crowd's too thick. Whoever or whatever it was is gone now. Bond returns to the crowd without a comment, hopefully quietly approving my law bringing. That was odd, but I guess a win is a win. No, it's not. Now then, what problem to address next? Before I can continue my quest to purge my arcade of evildoers, I am interrupted by an onslaught of hard-working staff. I knew about our missing inventory.
Oh.
Whoever did this, I found the electrical problem. And sabotage! Sabotage and treason. An enemy walks someone nuts. Okay, so we have some insight on what's causing all these messes, but it's chaotic jumble right now. One at a time. Our suspiciously low snack inventory was indeed not human error. The delivery truck never arrived. It was routed to a garbage dump due to computer error. Or I suspect malfeasance. And malfeasance explains our electrical problems too. Remember my joke about someone scuffing their feet and shocking the coin boxes? Nope, that's actually what happened. External shock, not a grid failure. Someone's got a battery or some other shock prob and was using it to crash games. Must be the same person who flushed a bunch of wadded toilet paper towels and firecrackers down the toilets. Warzone in there, I was able to dredge up one super gross gunk of it, but we'll need a professional plumber to get the rest. It's all sounding way too suspicious to be a random acts of hooliganism. It also ties into what I've been handling on the floor. Had to deal with pranksters all afternoon too. Even had to kick a few of them out the door. I'm so busy playing firefighter, running from blaze to blaze, I haven't been able to put the pieces together. But now it's clear and I know what I must do. Y'all pardon me, it's time for Mixed Majors to go kick some ass. Right, that tears it. No more nice majors. The gloves are off. But you aren't wearing any gloves. Do you want me to borrow mine so you can take them off? Ashley, focus. So you have an idea who's responsible? Yeah, leave it to me. Come to kick ass and chew bubblegum and I'm all out of gum. Oh, here, have some of mine. With a shrug, I pop it in my mouth, turn my heel, and march off into resume my ass kicking. With the nod of solidarity, all of us split up, each of us on a mission to thwart the ne'er-do-wells. Assuming things will be fine isn't enough, keep a positive attitude isn't enough, I need to get in there and fix this. My friends are counting on me to lead, to be the responsible one. I can't foist this off onto Gavin like I might have done at the Funplex. Finding my query isn't particularly difficult. She's been in the background the whole time, watching and waiting, as I ran around trying to put a lid on the mayhem. Her eyes study me as I approach, grinning ear to ear.
Hiya. Hi. Hello there. Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I can't say I understand the why, but at least I know the who. The matching fashion style is a pretty big clue.
Get some formal introductions in order. Yeah, okay. The name's Sue. Natural-born leader. Hacker extraordinaire. And leader of the Ghost Monsters. The hottest gang on these streets. Pleased to meet ya.
She playfully curtsies, her wicked smile never ceasing.
And yeah, I guess my friends were a little wild and crazy, leaning a bit heavy on the pranks. And okay, you booted some of us out. Not all, just some. That's cool, I mean, it's your house and your rules. You're the sheriff here and you laid down the law. And I respect that. Let me make it up to you, okay?
Sue steps back and taps a button on her smartwatch. And from the crowd of gamers, her whole gang assembles. Even the ones I told to get lost. Gang, this is... what's your name again? And this is Ray. Ray, this is Inky, Binky, Pinky, and Clyde. Wow. Now then. Turns to face her ghost monsters. You were all very, very naughty, and I'd say they owed an apology, a big fat I'm sorry from each of you. Don't you agree? Each of them mumbles a semi-coherent, semi-sincere apology. Yeah, whatever, sorry. Real sorry. Gosh, I'm so sorry. Really sorry. And they finish. Sue faces me once again.
Everybody's sorry, which means everybody's forgiven, correct? Because, and this is me being real with you, I like this arcade. I really do. It beats the crap out of Deco's Palace, that's for sure. I can easily see this being our new home, you know? I admire what you've done with the place. It's totally awesome, and I'm really looking forward to coming back. Again and again.
That's kind of like a half of a threat, right?
I definitely don't want to end our first day here on a sour note. No. I'm so glad we can communicate like adults. Apologize for being naughty and move on. Now, okay, we may still ruffle a few feathers while we're here, but that's cool, right? I'm sure you understand that it's all fun and games. Nothing personal. So, what do you say, friend? All's forgiven?
Alistair rambled on about. You scare our customers, mess with our television sets, smash up and short circuit our games, clog our toilets, redirect our mail orders, come back here after I explicitly told you to get lost, try to hijack Queen Bee's streaming account, and you want me to smile and let you come back tomorrow. Words barely phase her, that grin's still lingering. Yep, sounds about right. I love this arcade and I think we could be great friends. What do you say, partner? Waiting for my response, she holds out a fist to bump. Like I say, I would trying to, you know, they're annoying kids, right? Sure, why not? I absolve you of all arcade sins. No, get out. Look, I'm sure you're all good kids at heart, but if I let you hang around here and just cause more problems, it's no good for any of us. You sincerely love House of Lights. You'll understand I can't let you ruffle feathers, as you put it. I need to make sure everyone's having a good time. Well, yeah, I mean, I get that, right? So I might be willing to offer you another chance if you promise you'll follow the rules from now on. That's the best I can do, okay?
No helping it.
I'd like to work with you here, really, but promise is kind of a steep ask. Something's wrong. Pretty empathetic sort of person, I can tell when someone's being legit with me, and she's clearly genuine about wanting to come back, but seems conflicted. How hard is it to not hack machines and run wild? Why would that be a problem? Okay, see, normally I give you my word. Word is bond, but well, no ifs, ands, or buts. I need your word, and if I'm going to rebuild trust with you, we don't need to have to get the police involved here. We can keep this between us, right? Sue raises an eyebrow at that.
Whoa, put the brakes on. Bad idea, friend. Really bad idea. You don't want to even think about getting the cops involved in this. No. Because, and this is me being honest with you because we're on such good terms, it won't do you any good. We'll be out and back on the streets within a day. We've got friends in high places. We don't sell drugs or weapons. We sell information. And information, as a currency, is far more valuable than what other gangs trade in. So if we're doing this, we don't involve the pigs. Any problems, you come to me direct. That's my rule. Break that rule. And, well, you don't want to see what I can do with the push of a single button.
So now you're threatening me.
I'm just telling you how it is. What you do now is entirely up to you.
Forced to continue her tirade were rather rudely interrupted. Oi, Sue, the hell you think you're doing here? Thick tension that surrounds us melts away, redirected to the new challenger. All eyes glare towards them. Oh, great. Well, I thought I got business to attend to. Damn right you do. Ghost monsters don't operate south of 23rd Street. You damn well know this lovely chainsaw territory. Get lost or get tossed. I wasn't confused before. I sure as heck am now. All I can do is watch this unfurl before me. With a clap, Sue summons her buddies to her side. Arcade Gang Wars. Sorry, South of what? I don't recall signing a non-compete agreement with you darlings.
Ghost monsters for life!
This locker room gossip queen is disrespecting your fearless leader. What do you say to that? Nobody just sue on my watch. Yet I ain't scared to hit a chick. I'm an equal opportunity, socially maladjusted individual. Got your answer, ladies? Now then. Let's rumble. Well, to their credit, they didn't throw the first punch. We're talking hands didn't shoot first level of moral high ground here. Immediately, ghost monsters love the chainsaws are at each other's throats, grappling, punching, shoving each other. A baseball bat gets swung around and clangs off the side of a racing game. Soda cans are thrown. Someone uproots a chair near the smack machines. It's chaos, complete and utter chaos. And it needs to stop now. Iris? As for me, I'm on a thin ice emotionally. Everything will be fine, I told myself. Everything will be fine. Well, that just went out the window. I guess I could stand here paralyzed and freaking out, or I could say, do something to try to save this. Or choose the latter. Priority 1, get the customer the hell out of here. Gavin and Ashley are already on that. I join in trying to funnel the panic cards of gamers. This way, hurry. In an orderly fashion, please. Out everybody out. The fight spills into the restaurant area. Fortunately, well, after everybody eating, there had bailed out of the place. This just adds greasy french fries to the mix of crap being thrown through the air at the opposing sides. Damn it. Not letting that get away with this. A gun? Till now, it's been the world's sloppiest barroom brawl. Teenagers flaying at each other wildly, generally wrecking the scene rather than each other. But now she's pulled out a gun. Not some arcade-like gun, but a real-life shooting and killing gun. This isn't happening. This can't be happening. This is 100% happening. Leader of the lovely chainsaw gang raises her weapon and takes aim at Sue, trying to end this. But her target is conveniently tucked behind Miss Stefan and Percy. If I don't do something, someone is going to get hurt. Everything is not fine. I've accepted that. Now I have a chance to get something right. One chance to do something good in the midst of this chaos. Time slows for me. I'm trapped in a dream state. Pure instinct takes over and I start running towards them. Uh-oh. Really? Really? it's hard not protecting Percy. I mean, he's been there. I really don't care about Defam at all. But, I mean, and then Sue has caused problems, but she's also, you know, just a young kid, right? So, I'm leaning towards Sue just because it could turn stuff around. I'm a positive thinker there. Then you leave Percy in the crossfire. That's a little bad. I mean, Percy's got his whole situation, but, you know. I mean, Defam's got a kid and all that stuff, but I just don't care. I'm gonna go for it. I'm closing my eyes. And like before, Sue would be my last choice. This is essentially her fault. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like it's different, but you know. It's just kind of like the choice that's really weird, but I'm gonna go with it to see how it goes. It's probably not a real gun, but you know. What did you... I was aiming for Sue. Oh no, I did. Run for it. Stay cool and wipe the footage first. Do it. Stay with us, Ray. Stay with us. Help is on the way. Or not. Just wanted to make a dream for everyone to enjoy. That's all. Was that so wrong? What you would have done? What you did do for all of us. I guess no good deed goes unpunished, huh? Mage's family curse.
You've a strong spirit, dear. You'll get through this, I know you will. But for now, oh, you'd best wake up. There's still more to be done.
Slowly, very slowly, I open my eyes. The soft beeping of medical monitoring greets me, as well as an angel in white. Well, an angel in a white lab coat. While there's no heavily being, they do appear to be my doctor armed with nothing more than a clipboard. Still a little hazy as they briefly explain the situation. Thanks to my wild theatrics, I startled the shooter enough that her bullet missed her intended target, and instead went into my leg, which hurts like hell, but apparently resulted in a surprisingly clean shot that I'll recover from in a few weeks. 2 days in the hospital, a week or two on crutches, some limping, then I'll be back on 100%. And more importantly, nobody died. I can live with this momentary pain if someone else gets to live, period. So, could have been better, could have been worse. Doctor, having given me the report, leaves to treat their other patients, but before they do, they inform me I have a visitor. At least there's a plus side, I just wonder who it is. Tombi storms into the room and proceeds to stand before me. Her arms are crossed defensively and her brow furrows. She's visibly upset. I have a feeling like I'm about to get reamed for what I did. I admit maybe it wasn't the smartest thing, jumping in front of a bullet, but I can't undo it now. I'm prepared for the consequences as I brace for impact.
You dumb. You just...
Her words falter as she tries her best to keep her composure. Her frown softens.
You had me so worried.
Tears roll down her cheeks as she immediately wipes them away.
Don't do anything that's stupid ever again. Seriously, I can't believe you jumped in front of a bullet. You realize you aren't some action hero, right?
This brings a smile to my face. Yes, the harsh realization is setting in. And I promise I won't ever do it again. Well, maybe not promise.
Swear to me.
I swear. Or I won't get shot again. Tanvi's defensive stance melts away and her whole body relaxes as she sighs.
Good. Because I can't bear the thought of losing you. I just couldn't imagine my life without you.
Pauses, biting her lower lip. She averts her eyes, her cheeks flushing red. Love you. I love you a lot.
I love you. I love you. A lot.
It's hard to decide, know what's going to be a voice line.
So there. Now you know.
Even though my leg is throbbing, my heart skips a beat before I can respond. Hearing her mirror my sentiment from earlier, I couldn't help but smile. I love you too, Tanvi. More than words can begin to describe. I care for you deeply, passionately, and intrinsically. I've never loved anyone as much as I love you. You are my everything. Alright. I couldn't bear the thought of losing you either, which is why I felt so upset earlier and let that get the better of me. Honestly, I should have taken the time to talk to you in a more collected manner, and for that I apologize. Yeah, I wasn't perfect for discussing it either.
And I'm a fool thinking that it took me almost losing you to be able to share my feelings for you. It's ridiculous. Commitment and devotion have always scared me. I've been burned hard in the past and have closed myself off from those emotions. I didn't want to get hurt again. But with you, everything just feels right.
Yeah, it does feel right, doesn't it? Seeing you injured made me realize that I didn't want to be without you. And so, while you were recovering, I made a few calls, talked to the demon and the other heavenly kings. Oh? Still want to be able to live in a team house, that's my dream, and I can't give that up. But being with you is also my dream, so I was able to find a solution. Get this, 2 houses. Obviously, they aren't going to demolish the house they have now over in Japan. We decided to open up a secondary house. Here. In this city. How exactly will that work? Will they move over here then?
Nope, no way.
Not a chance. They can't all uproot and leave what they have, just like how I don't want to abandon what I have. Instead, they put me in charge of compiling my own team for here in the States. A full branch of 4HK. I'll be scooping out hot local talent and inviting them here to play with me. Granted, I'll still be going to take trips to visit, study, and play abroad with the rest of the kings. But this way, I don't have to leave forever. That's... Can I move into the house too? Oh, what the hell, we've been pretty go for it all the time. Might as well go for it, right? You think I can move in too? That way I don't have to... Wow, that's a little much. And now you made it creepy. I jest. I know it's your thing, but I'm just saying I could help keep your bed warm after those long nights staying up practicing. That's rather tempting. Oh, and I can be on the team too. Can I be on the team too? No.
Nope, no way.
No. I love you, but even my love can't elevate you to the skill level you need to be living at the house. Sick burn. I'm just glad you're on board with all this. Of course I am, Tanvi. You mean so much to me. And you to me. I'm excited to start this new adventure with you. Tanvi steps in closer to where I'm laying, leans in, kisses me gingerly. My whole body melts as warmth spreads over my entire body.
Hey, thanks.
Thanks for listening to me. You're truly the best. Now get some rest. I'm out. I wish desperately to get out of this bed and follow her, but with this leg, there's no chance of that. And left self-pining. Seeing the person I care for the most was certainly a boon to my spirit. Now if they could only do something about the food in here. With my heart calm, my body finally tells me it's exhausted. I snuggle under the covers as a yawn escapes me. Just as I'm about to roll over and drift off to sleep, another visitor drops in. It's likely well past visiting hours, but with no small amount of both dread and relief, I'm glad to see her. Visitors, I have a word with you. Try to straighten myself up from my pillow backrest. Time to put on my professional front, even if I'm in excruciating pain. Start by explaining that what happened today isn't exactly indicative of. I should hope it was. Hard to disguise my disbelief on my face. What? Seems I must judge your character based on an initial unpleasant interaction. But what I saw today, clearly you're no fool nor a coward. I let my need to protect my family override my better judgment. How absurd to paint everything you've built at House of Lights with that brush, all over such a small matter. I saw you selflessly throw yourself in front of that bullet. You didn't have to do that. You chose to do that. It's indicative of someone who isn't simply in this for the money, as so many in this industry are. While I'm uncertain why you protected that young criminal, I suppose someone who respects life deeply enough to even protect someone like her is to be respected. I suppose I've become a bit jaded from all those eager to cash in on the arcade scene. All the large-scale arcades I have to review tend to be very impersonal and cold. So you were impressed with our arcade? Well, let's not go that far. I can't say I was thrilled with the amount of mayhem and disaster going on before a gang war broke out. But I will also say I've only ever seen that amount of mayhem and disaster once before. It's highly unusual, to say the least. Last time I reviewed a small up-and-coming arcade similar to yours, everything went wrong. Everything. I wrote my review in an honest fashion and rolled in my scathing pen. The place is sold and closed down within a month. Sold to a notable figure in this industry. Wait, you don't mean... Yes, Dekonami. Yes, of course. Such is the fate of any arcade which dares to stand up to it. Your prior business, the Funplex, only escaped being devoured by being far too small to be worthwhile. Sadly, your enthusiasm may have put it in its crosshairs, and if you cannot tidy up your reputation after today's affairs, House of Lights will be next. Again, and again, torn down by Dekonami. This time, he didn't even have to lift a finger. By pure coincidence, the ghost monsters wrecked everything before he could exact any revenge. All he has to do is swoop in and buy out what's left of our dreams. However, I have come to a decision. Given I was first-hand witness to your troubles, which was clearly not your fault, and given your willingness to put even your own life on the line for your arcade, I'm going to tell my editor I need more time, that I want to return in 1 week, to get a more accurate and mature overview of your operation. 1 week. That's the best I can offer you. This is a difficult hole to climb out of, Miss Majors, but aside from your earlier trouble, having a gang fight and a shooting transpire at an arcade, well, the press will feed on this. Even if I was the only press present and accounted for, they'll dig and they'll speculate and they'll chew on your bones. If your arcade survives that initial onslaught, I hope to write a proper review, which I can lay those concerns to rest. But I'll offer you no more second chances, no more reasonable doubts. Best foot forward when I return, or my readers will know the truth. Understood? Good. Then I'll leave you to your recuperation. With a curt nod, she turns and leaves the room, leaving me with my thoughts. 1 week. Exactly 1 week to completely rebuild our reputation and clear the good name of House of Lights. Otherwise, it's game over for all of us. Cleared level 7 of Arcade Spirits. A winner is you. Now let's see your score. Bringing me gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. Also, you scored 24,300 points. And now let's have one last pizza fact. 62% of Americans prefer meat toppings on their pizza, while 38% prefer vegetarian. Everybody loves different kinds of pizza, and that's a beautiful thing. Do you want to save this game before proceeding to the final level? Oh, all right. Well, Yeah, we'll go ahead and call it today. This is another one where this is probably the first one where I didn't really like some of the choices. And I felt some of the spots was forced, like it was pretty obvious what was going on really early. And we still kind of had to roll with it. But oddly enough, I was reading in an old vampire source book, like a really old one. Just happened to be reading that a little earlier today. And they're talking about how there are certain actions that, you know, must happen. There's just there's no way to avoid that in a, if you want to have a compelling plot. Certain things have to happen. And you try to make sure that those things don't mess up those. You try to avoid having as many of those as possible in your story, but they have to happen. Like, you're coming to the end, right? We had to have this big climax before the end, right? But it still felt a little forced at times, a little too forced. Probably because it's all squinched into one level. Yeah, I want to see how that plays out. Like say it was the last choice for Sue, but it's just kind of like, kind of want to see how that goes. There's a reason why I've saved every level separately. That's because I'll probably go back and play the levels by themselves over. Like I say, I used to go through and read Choose Your Own Adventure books, right? And I would go through and it'd be turned to page 4, and then be turned to page 8, and then be turned to page, 52, and then you'd actually have to make a decision, right? And then, so I go and I earmark that turn to page, I earmark page 52, say the right word. And then I'd be like, okay, here's my choice. I'm going to turn to page 100 and read that through. And I play that through all the way. And then I go back and be like, okay, now I need to go back to page 52 and make the other choice. So I have a feeling that I'm going to do a lot of that. So just to see all the different choices. But this first playthrough, I'm just playing through my choices and seeing what happens. So I think I can wait until Friday. I'll probably play this on Friday at 2 o'clock Pacific. And play some. I got quite a few other games I can play in between. So that's what I'll probably work on. So until then, I will see you all later.